Well, hello there guys and girls, I hope you're all doing bloody well. My name's Mikey and welcome along to a very quick sketchbook tour of my 2017 Inktober sketchbook. Now, I wanted to make this quick video for three main reasons. Firstly, it's an opportunity to talk very quickly about my thinking process when drawing some monsters from One Punch Man. Secondly, it's an opportunity to answer a very common question, which is all about what type of pens do I like to use when I'm getting my ink work done? And thirdly, and most excitingly, it's an opportunity to give one of you guys a free tablet in another tablet giveaway. So let's talk about that part first. Those lovely people over at GAOMON got in touch with me and said, Mikey, would you like to do another giveaway for one of our M106K graphics drawing tablets? It is a super simple, easy to enter competition, this one. There's very little faff involved, and I thought, yeah, absolutely. They're very good to me, and so it's nice to do some stuff which is just going to help promote them on social media a little bit as well. So if we have a very quick look at this, some of you guys have probably seen me do reviews of this tablet before. I've done a full one on the channel, and you probably know that my opinion of them is quite solid. Now, basically, if you want to be in with an opportunity to win one of these, they will post one over to you. It's a worldwide competition, and all you have to do to enter is some really simple steps. Firstly, all you have to do is go over to youtube.com/GAOMON, that's GAOMON, their own YouTube page, and get subscribed. They've got their tablet information on there and all of the things they do involving drawing, so go check them out and say that I sent you over. That would be great. Secondly, and just as easy, pop over to their Facebook page and give that a follow. That's facebook.com/GAOMON pen tablet, all one word. And of course there's links in the description below. So if you make sure that you've got your subscriptions turned on and people can see which pages you are following, because I will certainly be checking up to make sure before I pick a winner, then following those two simple steps, you will be in with a shot of getting one of these bad boys sent out to you. I'm going to have this competition running for approximately 50 days, and I say approximately because it falls over the New Year window, so I might be a little bit hungover or asleep before I pick a winner. However, it does mean that in the new year I've got an opportunity to send one of these lovely things over to you. Now, if any of you can't wait to enter a competition that wins in the new year, it's definitely worth mentioning that right now for the Christmas period, in fact running right up until the 12th of January from now, they are running some pretty big discounts on their tablets. For example, they are doing 20% off these bad boys on the Amazon website. Again, I'll put all of the links in the description below, so that their sale price right now is dropped to something like under $55. And what's more, those lovely people there over at GAOMON have given me an extra discount code to use just for my subscribers, that's you lovely lot, to get even more money off these tablets. So if you go and check out the M106K drawing tablet, you'll notice that yep, there's 20% off. But if at the checkout process you use a promotional code GAOMONGM, that's GAOMONGM, then you'll get an extra 6% off on top of that as well. So you'll end up getting this tablet for maybe just over $50. So that's a win-win situation if you ask me, but they also do the full package sets as well that comes with the pens and nibs. That is also discounted by a further 10%, so you can pick that up for just under $72 for a full set. The actual extras package as well comes with extra nibs and the drawing gloves. Basically, they're really just promoting what's going on, whacking on some discounts for Christmas, and it's definitely worth a look. So all the links are below if you want to take a look, and of course don't forget to have a go at entering that competition. Subscribe to the GAOMON YouTube channel, give them a follow on Facebook, and one of you might be getting these bad boys sent to you in the new year. So thank you very much GAOMON, that's very nice of you. Okay, so back to the sketchbook. Now, this is my A5 sketch pad that I like to bring to the office each day, and I usually fill it in with different artwork and especially Inktober, whilst everybody else probably assumes I'm doing my job. Now, usually I like to loosen up a little bit by looking at various figures online. So here you can see what I've done to start off is just worked in some pencil form to get a loose feel for figure studies, try to really loosen up the wrist and get an idea for balance and how materials fall and hang off of a character. When I'm doing this, I use the same type of pencil that I tend to use each day at home, super cheap mechanical disposable HB Papermate pencil. I like these because you can just break off the end of a nib and it's sharp again and good to go. When I'm not doing this or working on, what have we got here? Different styles of poses, different seated areas or interacting with things. Again, playing around with body weight, I do like to just crack on and have a go at some other things. Now, this bit here, a very simple swatch guide, and this is because I got a great deal on my first ever set of Copic markers. Now, basically I just joined Amazon Prime on their trial run, and it turned out it linked me to getting these for something like a third of the price. Copics are expensive, but I got this warm grey set, and I really like this because it's great for shading in and giving some pump to your artwork, and because it's warm greys, it breathes just a tiny bit of life into your artwork as well. So this is what I was using a lot, and I was using that in conjunction with a Unipin extra fine 0.2 nib isographic pen. You get a nice clean line here. For slightly wider work, I've got a Mitsubishi fine Uniball pen as well, and then as well as that I've got the Mitsubishi Micro for something in between. These tend to be my main workhorses when I like to get a little bit of inking done. So I'll just get them out the way over here, and let's have a look. First day of Inktober, we've got here one of the main One Punch Man monsters. Now, I really enjoyed working from the manga itself, so as we go through you might find that some of the monsters are not included in the first season of the anime, so I will try to avoid spoilers, but seeing these monsters won't spoil anything in terms of the story. This is Vaccine Man in the final form, and the guy who does the drawing to One Punch Man, so he's the artist, a guy called Yusuke Murata, or Murata Yusuke, depending on how you say it, whereas a different guy called One is the guy who actually does the writing. But this Yusuke, he is an incredibly talented artist, and a lot of the designs of the monsters are actually based on other anime or other classic cults, TV and films back from the 80s and 90s. So final form of Vaccine Man, loosely based in his first form at least from a Dragon Ball Z character. In terms of this one, I really liked just diving in with those Copic markers, getting a feel for them from scratch. It was my first go with them, and they were, by the way, delicious, absolutely worth the purchase, getting a flow with the darker zones and really getting into the hatching and the meat of the character. Then one of the other days for the Inktober, I wanted to have a go at Saitama himself, bearing in mind that the overall theme that I set myself for Inktober was just monsters in general, and then I thought, no, I'll make it all One Punch Man monsters, because I really love that manga. It really is a lot of fun to read. So we've got before training and then after training, the two forms of him. You don't see much of this version, but he is in the beginning. And then you've got possibly one of the greatest enemies in the entire manga, right at the beginning, the Great Crabrante, a man who ate so much crab he slowly metamorphosed into a crab itself, with a lovely pair of wire fronts and some powerful gams. Excellent stuff. Next on the list, we've got the brothers, where bigger is better. This is Old Face and Beefcake. Old Face is somewhere sitting on his shoulder. Beefcake is a character that just grew to be larger than the cities themselves. I really liked the sense of scale with the image that I copied out for Inktober here, giving the idea that he's really towering in amongst the clouds and you're getting a fairly low angle looking up. Again, a fun opportunity to play around with shading. Then we've got one of the enemies pretty much from Saitama's fantasy, the Underground King. Again, I like this because when you work very dark, you get these really stark contrasts between the sort of lava and light that's emitting from inside this character, and he's got this deep Mayan Aztec vibe to him. I really enjoyed the design and getting a feel for that and working very deep with the inks. Over here, one of the most beautiful smilers as well, Speeder Sound Sonic. This guy is actually quite hilarious in the anime and the manga. He is an incredibly talented ninja with kind of no sense of moral guidance. He always wants to be the best. He's a little bit crazy, and what happens later in the manga in season 2 with him, I just love where his arc is going. I'm not going to give any spoilers. Another one that I really enjoyed playing around with was Armored Gorilla. Again, this is an early on character in the manga and the anime, but the armor effect and the shiny metal was really nice to play around with. Again, working on hatching and different levels of light, really pleased me, that one. Then we've got the Mosquito Queen, obviously She's the main trouble with our first introduction to Genos in the manga, gets swatted back fairly quickly in the anime as well. Well done you. And then we've got Asura Kabuto, Carnage Mode. This is one of the underground monsters bred by the crazy scientist, and there is this running debate that if he wasn't, spoiler alert, beaten by Saitama so early on, would he in his Carnage Mode be able to have stood up to the Sea King? I guess we'll never know, unless somebody emails him. Failed copy here of getting speed of sound done. I tend to do my pages out of order. I was having a little sketch of the, I forget his name, this kind of seaweed character that's in there, but I decided I didn't like the design of the image enough to really commit to it in inks. Then, just a page that I've missed. Then we've got the Sea King himself. And again, this is one of these poses. I really like the design in terms of this one, that they've made him a swimmer, but his design is just trunks, a massive build, and it's really confident posing. Obviously he's got a crown on top, and this is taken from one of the scenes that I wanted to draw out where he's, I think, jumped in, chased down one of the characters with the lightning kick boots, and again you've got this upward angle. He's a powerful looking guy. People are basically in trouble. And then you've got, my goodness, Boros Meteoric Burst. Now this, again, if you guys aren't familiar with One Punch Man, watch the anime, read the manga. It is incredibly worth your time, really subversive as well. This is basically one of the finest fighters in the universe coming to Earth to look for a match to finally equal his own in one of his Super Saiyan style modes. And then we've got a very short-lived character. Now a lot of people don't recognise this one. He is in the anime for about 10 seconds as well as in the manga, the Sky King. And once some of the other kings of the world have been defeated, he comes down to impose his terrible reign. I love that this character is ripped straight out of Japanese folklore. Everything about him is just breathing pure Tengu. And again, there's loads of intricacies in this picture that personally I really just enjoyed getting to grips with. Then I've got some sketched out thing I didn't quite commit to. Same again over here until we reach down to here. So, oh wait, I forget this guy's name. He is such a major character in the second arc of the manga. I don't think he's in the first season of the anime at all, but this guy is, how to put it, he wants to be a demon. He wants to be the bad guy because he's tired of all that BS when in television shows you have the good guys winning by some joke of a reason. And what he achieves and the level of superhuman he's able to get himself beyond is incredible. Not too much of a spoiler to say this guy has a direct relation to Fang, who is in the anime, and what he gets up to as well is fascinating. Bloody love One Punch Man. Again, another failed sketch, warming up, not quite happy, didn't commit, until I had another go for the Elder Centipede. So again, a later player, let's just say he is absolutely freaking huge. He can surround entire cities. He is trouble, but we'll leave that for now to avoid spoilers. We've got the robot G4, who is built by a group I think called the Company or the Commissary, and this is his true form. He actually inhabits a different robot entirely, and again I liked playing around with the Copic markers here just to get a bit of idea of glow and shine as he's stepping out of molten wreckage ready to cause more trouble. Oh dear Genos, you'll never learn. Then we've got this freaky deaky guy, Gyro, who is perhaps the herald or the messenger to one of the greatest threats I think in season 2 of One Punch Man, but I'm not going to spoil much of that. I will keep quiet. One of my favourite samurai characters as well, this really sinister guy, Haragiri, who's part of the kind of group of the most powerful samurai that kind of go to their meetings together. Part of the same crowd that Atomic Samurai belongs to as well, but again, I won't spoil what he gets up to. A page that I've missed, probably just because I had a bit of bleed on some inks and pens. And then we've got the Free Hugger, who personally I suspect he's just really misunderstood, if anything. In the manga later on, and it's not a big thing so I won't spoil it too much, but all he does is stand there. You never see him harm anyone, and then the heroes take care of him nonetheless. Free Hug, poor guy, misunderstood. Here is another minor character again, not going to spoil too much about what's going on, but Fist Fight Jin is in the manga in the later series as well. I love that he's got that whole forearm vibe. I love that there's a load of energy and speed in this particular image, and I just really liked how graphic it had become as well. So another one nice to get to grips with. Then easily a crowd pleaser. This character's got a really weird name. It's like DOS or Do-S. I don't know how to pronounce it. But she's very much of a sadomasochist. She's got a whip that she uses to control people. She is in the later parts of the manga a lot, in a lot of alluring poses. Musuke Yurata, he really does fill up the manga with quite a lot of her towards the end. A bit of a fan service couple of episodes. Then we've got another one of those giant disaster level demons or monsters going on. This is 100 Eyes Octopus, which I think is Hyakume no Taku, something like that. And again, another just really nice one because I'm a big fan of drawing cityscapes and getting a feel for scale, and I like how this is in the distance but it drags and all the suckers and eyes really just grab onto the city and start to pull it apart. Again, really diving in with those warm greys on the Copic markers as well. It's what kind of makes it all really pop for me. Here are a couple of fairly ancillary characters. I forget their names, but basically they're an electric fighting couple. They are separate bad guys that just happen to team up, but you can tell again they're based on some pretty odd old ideas. And of course I love the fact that this Unagi guy has still got his tash. Good for him. Catfish eel, I think. Then we've got another pretty dangerous guy, the Face Peeler. Again, these are all later characters in OPM, so you've got plenty to look forward to if you've only watched season 1 in the anime. I cannot wait for season 2 to come out. Again, he is bad news. And then we've got the 3 Crow Disciples. I'm not going to spoil anything into who they are or why or what's going on, except to tell you that they prey mostly on martial artists as their main source of food. They are pretty badass visually at least, although they do serve a very good purpose in the manga as well. Then we've got another ninja character. I won't tell you too much about this guy. He's Hayate of the Wind and vaguely related to Speed of Sound Sonic, so watch this space. And then that was it for the Inktober side. So then I've just gone into some pencil work where I've been working on some other bits. Once I smashed out all of that Inktober, it really used up all of my drawing energy, so I took a bit of a break and started to have a bit of a play of kind of my face mixed in with a mug for Cuphead designs. And again, I've just been having a bit of a play with that, but that actually leads into the next Draw with Mikey episode, which is going to be out on Wednesday, where I've done a live stream on Twitch working on these designs and having a long live chat with all of you guys who turned up. So this sketchbook is halfway full. After that it's blank pages, but I really again just wanted to give you a really quick guide on the sketchbook I like to bring to my day job and what I like to put into it. So thank you very much for having a quick look about with me. I hope you enjoyed just that really quick tour of a few pages on the sketchbook. Now that whole Inktober thing I did was a bit of a promotion as well, just to get more people to follow along on my own social media. So if you haven't already, you can check out my Instagram or follow me on Twitter. Both of those things are mikeymegamega, and I'm now doing a lot of live streaming on Twitch. So if you follow the Draw with Mikey episodes, or you simply want to see me live and come and say hello and join me in the chat whilst I play some video games or mostly get some artwork done, then just go over to my Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/mikeymegamega as well. It would be lovely to see you out there. And again, just an extra big thank you to those lovely people over at GAOMON for an opportunity for one of you to be sent first thing next year that graphics drawing tablet. Again, for that graphics drawing competition, simply make sure that you're subscribed to my channel with the notifications turned on. Subscribe over to the GAOMON YouTube channel, links in the description below. Follow them on Facebook. I'll be checking my way through the winners to make sure they have done that before I pick one in the new year, and that lucky tablet winner might be you. So the only thing to add on to the end of that is really a great big thank you to all of you guys who subscribe to the channel and follow along. It really just means the world to me. It's absolutely awesome, and I will be doing more of an official thank you video this weekend for hitting 200k subscribers. That is mental. I bloody love you guys for it, so do watch this space. I'll also be announcing the winner of my last tablet competition, which was all about the patrons on Patreon, so don't worry, that's coming out as well. I really do hope to see some of you guys live on Twitch. We're having a lot of fun over there, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.